Lesson 104, Dative Singular and Plural.
So, Bill, this lesson is a 2-for-1 deal on your datives.
It's a twofer?
Right. But there's something about these endings that should be familiar to our listeners.
And what would that be?
Well, if you look at the plural form on our chart here, patribus for the dative, we may have seen it before, I think, in the word philia, right?
Yes, that's right. Now that you mention it, we talked about the fact that since philia, which means daughter, and philios, which means son, are from the first and second declensions, we know that they will have the ablative plural and dative plural forms in common. So for instance, the dative plural form of the word for daughter is philiis, and the dative plural form of the word for son is also philiis. So how can you tell them apart? How do you know which is which?
Well, sometimes we use filiabus.
That's right. We can use filiabus as the dative plural ending for the word philia to help distinguish it. And also,
so we see here then that it's actually a perfectly regular third declension ending. So for Romans and other Latin speakers, contrary to seeming so irregular like it may have looked to you at the beginning of this process, it turns out to just be a perfectly normal ending.
And let's take a quick look at the first example sentence here before we leave the lesson. The sentence here is nauta patri meo fabulam malam narat. So again, with patri meo, we have a first and second declension adjective modifying a third declension noun. Patri is masculine, dative, singular. And so when you put the adjective meus, mea, meum with it, you put meo, which is also masculine, dative, and singular. So patri meo means to my father.